Hi, I'm Troy Alfonso, Parts Manager at Capital Ford.
I'm Shel Tingley, Service Manager. Did you know that just 29 miles south of Reno is one of Ford Motor Company's highest rated service departments?
We've earned top honors from Ford for customer satisfaction, the President's Award, so we guarantee to exceed your current expectations.
Feel confident in knowing where to service your Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury.
At award-winning Dick & Penny's Capital Ford, just 29 miles south of Reno.
Now servicing Lincolns and Mercurys.
Welcome back to Carson Now, and this is going to be somewhat of a strange interview because I'm interviewing a guy who's usually behind the camera or actually out here hosting, Dave Morgan, who created this whole News Carson City thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And when did you start here doing that? What's the...
Well, you know, I was working as a public information officer for the city of Reno.
Yeah.
Long ago, and got wind of this public access thing, and so fought very stridently with our city council at the time, which included Pete Sferrazza and Florence Lenners and some of these Hall of Famers in Reno, and said we got to get this public access thing going because, you know, commercial TV is you know, they're kind of doing sound bites and they're run by consultants, and so the quality of the news reporting was not what it should be, and a democracy you know runs on the free flow of clear ideas and options, and so we set up public access in Reno, and then I made what was one of my last great mistakes at relationships, and and wound up in Carson City. And I said, hey, they don't have it down here, you know. So I got a hold of a guy down here by the name of let's see. I can see his face, I can see his house. He's on Old Clear Creek Road. And he was a wonderful guy, and he already kind of had the idea down here. So I went across the street and talked to Joe Walt something. Had Baker TV in the place. We're talking a long time ago. And, we put public access television on the air. And what was really amazing was that we had an opportunity in the second day of broadcast to put what they call the visual preference survey. I remember that part where Walt Sullivan was trying to figure out, you know, what kind of a community we wanted here in Carson City. And so I said, hey, let's go live. And so we did. And we broadcasted it from the community center back when the carpet was in a lot better shape. And Mitch is trying to change that, though, but budget constraints these days. And we actually had more people participating in the survey from home than we had in the audience. And I think we had a couple hundred people in the audience. So we thought that was pretty amazing. So we were launched, and but we finally were able to negotiate a franchise agreement with I believe it was TCI by then, and it was for $400,000. And for $400,000. We got a bunch of decks, and we got some remote computer firing equipment, and some cameras in the Sierra room, and so if on the first and third Thursday of the month, if you wanted to watch Pete Livermore try to make sense out of some very interesting conversations, you could on public access television, and he's still trying today. You know, it's really amazing. You can actually watch sausage being made if you got the stomach for it.
Well, you've watched a lot of sausage being made because
I've watched a lot of pigs being born too.
you are very well known around here as being the guy with the vest and the video camera that walks around and is at every meeting and every event and everything going on.
That's right.
You know, and so
being impolite with my camera.
And
so anyway, so we got public access going, and then I ran into a guy up at Lake Tahoe who had a lease access system where you could actually rent time from the local cable company, and it's the only part of the Cable Act where they must let you on. Public access is optional. Local governments don't have to do public access. But it's always, you know, good campaign support for those who love camera time. But then, so I created News Carson City in late '94, early '95, and started spending most of the money on cable fees because they do charge for it. But that plus the plus the insurance that it takes. But anyway, but then over, so from about 95 on, it was pretty much, you know, TV. We pulled a plug on it not long ago, but the reason for that was that the amount of audience that we have on the internet far exceeded the television. You know, so we're in the process of convincing people that what's really important is that they advertise with News Carson City / Carson Now. We're folding News Carson City into Carson Now, which is Kirk's baby, and Kirk is a very moxie internet guy that will make the internet offering of the news even better, more interactive, more comprehensive, and he's been silly enough to keep me on the payroll. So
well, and then we, you know, and about the time you were creating News Carson City, it was about the time that I was creating the first websites for Sierra Nevada Media Group.
That's right.
For, Tahoe.com.
He knows what he's doing.
But now, when did you create? When did NewsCarsonCity.com come online? Was that?
That was about 4 years ago.
Okay.
About 4 years ago, and I can't even remember the intellectual moment that I said, "Hey, I got to do this," other than it just, you know, it just seemed like it was time. And but it was, but it really needs to go to the next level, and with aggressive ad sales and with good solid reporting and Kirk's impeccable management skills on how to make an internet site work really well, I think Carson City is poised to be extremely well served, because everybody knows that television viewership is down. The Nevada Appeal and other local newspapers, especially the ones that are run by a franchise, are really feeling it because they have a corporate structure that's got to be supported. Basically, what you're seeing here is a group of people that live in the community, that know the community, are committed to the community, raising families in the community. They're not importing people from all over the place that want a high-paying job on the 3rd or 4th floor of some big building, that they want to inform the public, and that's what we're doing.
Well, tell me, you know, as we move forward with this thing, you know, we wanted to build on, you know, what you'd already built. You were the one-man reporting show for a long time, and you did more reporting in this town probably than just about anybody else. In fact, I'm sure that you have. And you know, expanding on that to where you're still going to be doing some reporting.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we were going to have another reporter, Jeff Munson, who's going to be volunteering some time and doing that, and I'm going to be doing things. And then also we set up Carson Now to be where citizen journalism, where people can contribute their own stories to the site, and we're really hoping to make this a community, you know, really community-based. Grab as much information, you know, that's out there and present it. And
it's becoming extremely decentralized, very decentralized, and we're getting away from the corporate control of the flow of information and opinion, and that's really, really healthy. I'm going to stick my neck out here, but I think the amount of discussion and dissension and the questioning and the angst of the nugget proposal is a function of this very decentralized approach to news gathering. News Carson City and Carson Now have served an extremely positive, healthy alternative to the standard media, the Nevada Appeal, insofar as that's not just what's going on anymore. The Nevada Appeal is a newspaper. It's just another news source like any other. News Carson City and Carson Now has provided a lot of other windows on the community, and it's just going to get better. And I mean, the people are starting to find the same thing in in Reno. A great example of San Diego today, where the San Diego Union laid off a bunch of reporters. They hired an ad agency, and they started their own newspaper, thank you very much, on the internet, and they're kicking the Tribune's you-know-what. And it's really a healthy thing. We're finding out that